bingo because I wanted to say it. Good for you, Scarlett. Good for you. End of morning show. End of morning show. So, all right, you guys, it's that time of day where we gotta go away to do our regular job. All right. I just don't have the energy for anything. Bingo show. Oh no, Swamp, it's bingo at the Elks Lodge. I'm an old lady now. I go to bingo every Tuesday night with my friends here in where I live. Do Adam and Todd like golf? Yes, they do. They both do. You have an area that they can go? I've been thinking about just doing like a one-off bingo show though, because I think that would be fun. I just don't know when I'll do it. Especially now that oh, my mother's calling. Hold on. Hey. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me end the show and then I'll call you right back. That's all right. I love you. Bye. All right. I'm gonna call my mama back. Arizona always has great golfing. I'll have to tell him that. He was saying, well, maybe we can go to China or Japan, and I'm like, yeah, you do that. You do that. So he was teasing. But all right, guys, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. I gotta call my mama. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Tried to stop it. I don't know how many times. Cassie, good morning. How are you? Cassie, you got here right as I was ending the show. Boom crack! All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Bye, guys. Love you. Love you. Love you.
Woo! That is going to be amazing. Good to be back to my girl Victoria's on the morning show. And the rest of you, welcome into Mornings with Marcel and Friends. Happy first day of September. September 2nd yesterday. And now, today, my friends, September the 3rd, which starts right now. Here we go! Alright, good morning and welcome to the program. Today is September the 3rd. Happy back to school day. Yes, the semester for 2024-2025 gets underway from public kindergarten to college and everywhere in between to start the new chapter, the new journey. Woo! It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. relax to see the success to the world that always comes together. No interruptions, no goofing off, nothing. And yes, no tossing, turning, all those talking chit chat around. This is too much. Too much. So, on Mornings with Marcel and Friends, I have the preamble on back to school and the ways to get tips coming your way for you this morning. And many thanks to the girl Victoria for her morning show back where it belongs, following her trip to the great volunteer state of Tennessee. But if you really love Victoria's, that's okay. She'll be back tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific. In the meantime, if you are ready to succeed in life, I guarantee you to have the news with all those headlines are depressed and everything might change in a real way. So are you ready for the 5 things, ladies and gents? So let's get right to it this morning. Here are what we are so far to keep in our eyes' attention. Presidential race, Israel, hotel strikes, China bus crash, and Pope Francis. So what else you need to know to start the day off right? And however, believe it or not, it already B-E-R, 3 words. Believe it or not, already Burr months. There will be 4 months. September, October, November, December. 4 months. By the way, my birthday is on October the 18th. So travel experts told that the fall season is the best time of year to go pretty much anywhere in the world. Even low airfares, fewer people, and nice weather due to as well. So let's get right to it with the news straight from the top to get you up to speed and on with your day. And my podcast, Morning News Headlines, episode 416, it's available right now. Democrats had a busy campaign schedule on Labor Day, that was yesterday, with Vice President Kamala Harris, President Joe Biden, and Governor of the great state of Minnesota, Tim Walz, appealing to union workers in major swing states. She praised the labor movement in a Detroit speech and vowed to ensure workers' rights to unionize. She was later joined by President Biden for an event there in Pittsburgh, where they outlined plans to maintain strong American steel companies. Meanwhile, she's running mate Governor Tim Walz spoke to supporters in Milwaukee, that's in Wisconsin. While en route to the event, several vehicles in Walz's motorcade were involved in a crash, and some passengers received non-life-threatening injuries. Former President Trump, on the other hand, most stayed out of the spotlight as the 2 candidates gear up for the debate that will take place next Tuesday in Philadelphia. That will be at 9 p.m. Let's head to the Middle East, where hundreds of thousands of protesters took to Israel streets yesterday over the government's failure to secure a ceasefire for hostages deal with Hamas. Demonstrations could be seen in Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, Kaisera, that's right, Kaisera, and other sites across the nation, fueled by the killing in Gaza of 6 hostages whose bodies were retrieved by Israeli soldiers over the weekend. The country's prime minister has been accused of stalling efforts for a deal by some hostages' families and their supporters. When asked whether Netanyahu was doing enough to reach an agreement, President Biden said simply the one word, you ready for this, folks? No! No! More than 100 hostages, including 35 believed to be dead, are still being held in Gaza. The vast majority of them taken during Hamas' October attack, taking place on October the 7th. 1 year is going to be taking place, 1 straight year from now, on Israel, when some 1,200 people were killed. Back in the States, more than 10,000 hotel workers are now on strike across 25 cities across our country. Unite Here, the union representing hotel employees, launched a nationwide strike against 3 major hotel chains over the Labor Day weekend. Workers say they want higher pay, better conditions, and more staff. The union is asking for a restoration of many of the pandemic-era cuts that hotels made, including daily room cleaning. The union said the travel and hotel industries have recovered from the pandemic, but worker salaries have not reflected the comeback. The hotel chains facing striking workers including Hilton, Hyatt, and Marriott. The impacted hotels are reportedly still open, but guests may deal with a skeleton, staff unable to provide full services. Let's head to China, where a bus crashed into a crowd of students and parents outside a school in the country's eastern today, killing 11 and injuring 13, according to the police. The students were waiting to enter the gate of the middle school in the city of Tai'an in the Shandong province when a bus slammed into them after 7 a.m. local time, from the state news agency Xinhua reported. The bus, specially customized for transporting students, lost control when it drove into intersection, authorities said in a statement. The bus driver has been placed in police custody, and the cause of the accident is being investigated. And last but not least, Pope Francis is embarking on his longest trip yet, despite a series of health complications in recent months. Earlier today, the 87-year-old Pope landed in Indonesia, kicking off a marathon 12-day visit to 4 countries in Southeast Asia and the South Pacific, which includes, or should I say also includes, Papua New Guinea, East Timor, and Singapore. It is one of the longest foreign trips any pope has taken and marks the furthest geographical distance of about 20,000 miles. Francis has traveled since the election back in 2013. Analysts say the landmark visit will allow the Pope to highlight key themes of his pontificate, including interreligious dialogue and protection of the environment. That's 5 things. Straight to breakfast browse now. I'm 36. When do I have to give crop tops? Or should I say, when do I, or you, to give up crop tops? New Titanic photos revealed intact statue. Ours, USA lost to Japan. Win gold by defeating 48-41 and to win the wheelchair rugby at the Paris Olympic Games. Or should I say Paralympics, not Olympics. It really is necessary to wash fruits and vegetables before eating them. And can humans grow new islands in the world's lowest lying country? We'll find out. Before today's number in quotes, in memoriam for you, an actor, director, and singer who starred in Gidget and TJ Hooker, James Darren, has died yesterday. Variety reported, when he had lately resumed spanning across film and television starting as early as 1956, but his breakup role as Moondoggie in the 1959 movie Gidget helped him reach heartthrob status in the eyes of teenager moviegoers. He was 88, and may rest in peace. Please join me now in a moment of silence in honor of James Darren. Thank you, and may rest in peace. Now with today's number, 83. That's how many hot dogs and buns Joey Chestnut devoured in 10 minutes during Netflix's Labor Day eating contest, breaking his own world record. Congrats, Joey. And last but not least, to end the 5 things, United States officials, after the Justice Department seized Venezuela President Maduro's airplane in the Dominican Republic, officials allegedly the aircraft was smuggled out of the U.S. and it was in violation of sanctions, among other criminal issues. We're sending a clear message here that no one is above the law. No one is above the reach of sanctions. Alright, I hope you enjoy the 5 things for the first month of September. Make sure you be back here next Tuesday for more. And once again, my podcast, The Morning News Headlines, episode 416. Episode 416 is available right now on any platform you choose from. The way it is to start your day. And now, 15 past the hour, 5 away, or should I say 15 minutes away till opening bell, where the futures is in the red arrows. Can you tell me what's verse of the day taking place today? Well, let's listen to our friends at verseoftheday.com to find things out. And then I'll be back with you on the other side to have your back to school preamble.
Verse of the day for September 3rd from John 9:3. Neither this man nor his parents sinned, said Jesus, but this happened so that the work of God might be displayed in his life. I feel aware. Let's ask God to help us view people through the eyes of Jesus so that we will see them as someone in whom the work of God needs to be displayed. When Jesus and his followers approached a man who was blind from birth, the disciples assumed that this misfortune had happened because someone had sinned. Jesus saw their labeling of the man as dehumanizing to the man and a dismissal of his value as a person because they thought he had sinned or his parents had. So, Jesus taught them, and if we pay attention, he teaches us to see a person's hurt as our opportunity and responsibility to bring God's grace to someone in need. So, what is this work of God we're to help display in people's lives? Well, Jesus had answered that question earlier in his ministry. The work of God is this, to believe in the one he has sent, Jesus. Let's pray. Oh, Father, please help me see the people around me as Jesus does. I want to ensure that your work is done in their lives. Please give me patience with rude people, tenderness with hurting people, and boldness with those who are ready to hear the good news of Jesus. Use me to help others display your work in their lives. In the name of Christ Jesus, I pray. Amen.
Tater the Dick's Golf Guy says, good morning. Hey, Tater, thank you for joining me here on the 30-minute show called Mornings with Marcel and France. I hope you're getting ready to brighten up the day going on here in this country. And yes, it is. Amen, indeed. Thank you for taking the time to be here. If you got the cam, let me know you've joined me for the next Mornings with Marcel and Friends. It will be my amazing guests if you'll be able to. So, next week, Tater, I will be happy to be your amazing, well-deserved guest host. So, if you got camera or the phone, or even the desktop you have, let me know if you have got a guest coming your way for you next Tuesday morning. So, bear with me and fingers crossed. For everyone else, thank you. Let's get right to preamble for back to school. And yes, the semester for 2025, 2026, or should I say 2024, 2025 takes place right now. And as you might know, it's going to be learning to see, to explore the world in any way instead. Well, believe it or not, folks, it could be today to see what's ahead as well. Oh, do I mention it? Excuse me for a sec. Before we get back to the preamble, I message you on X. If you got X at MR29 is my handle, I will happy to have you around. So bear with me and check there on my X page for the message there. If you got it, let me know. If not, I got your back though. At MR29 Tater. Alright, let's get back to the preamble for back to school. And yes, Forder.com reports that the long-awaited time of the year is here. And as summer vacation draws to a close, it's time for parents, kids, and teens alike to prepare for the upcoming school year. That will be 2024-2025 semester is going on right now across the country. And while the return to school brings the excitement and new opportunities and, of course, the new life, it also comes with its own set of challenges. it is essential to ensure that our children are well preparing and ready for the academic journey ahead. Sorry about the burps too. So, here are 12 tips for kids and parents to head straight back to school to start the semester between 2024 and 2025. So this post says, as a comprehensive guide, providing valuable tips and strategies to ease back to school for both everyone. It will start with number 1, establish a back to school routine. So the crucial aspects, one of the most, is preparing for the upcoming school year, getting back into a constant routine. During the summer, sleeping and walking times tend to be more relaxed, but the essential to adjust the school schedule gradually. Begin a gradually shifting bedtime and waking times closer to the school routine to avoid abrupt challenges or changes that might lead to tired and cranky mornings. Number 2, encourage open communication. As parents, fostering open communication with your children or teenagers is a key. Take the time to sit down with your kids and parents and discuss their feelings and expectations about returning. Address any concerns they may have, whether it's about academics, social interactions, or other aspects of school life. Being empathetic and understanding can help ease anxiety and make the back to school transition smoother. That's right, smoother. Number 3, involve your kids in back to school shopping. Can be a fun and exciting experience for both parents and kids. Involve your children or teenagers in a process by creating a shopping list together. Allow them to choose some of their school supplies, backpack, and clothing. No technology either. Within reasonable budget constraints. This not only makes them feel more engaged, but also teaches them valuable decision-making skills. Organize a study space. That's number 4. A well-organized study space at home is essential for effective learning. Set up a quiet and clutter-free area while your child can concentrate on their studies. Make sure it is well lit and equipped with all the necessary supplies such as pens, pencils, and notebooks, and a reliable internet connection if needed. A conducive study environment will help your child focus and excel academically. Number 5, encourage reading. So reading is a fundamental skill that enhances cognitive abilities and fosters a love of learning. Encourage your child to read regularly, not just academic material, but also age-appropriate books that capture their interest and imagination. Visit a local library, including right here in New York or everyone else around the nation, and setting aside family reading time can make reading a shared and enjoyable experience. For planned and healthy lunches and snacks, number 6 is the back to school guide rule. Proper nutrition is essential for a child's growth and development, and it plays a significant role in their academic performance and overall well-being. Plan and prepare healthy lunches and snacks for your child to take to school. Involve them in a meal planning process to ensure they enjoy their meals and develop healthy eating habits. Set realistic goals. Number 7. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more ways to it. Also the final words as well before we are wrapping up today's Mornings with Marcel and Friends. Discussing academic and personal goals for the upcoming school year can be motivating your child. Help your child set realistic and achievable goals that are both challenging and attainable. Break their goals into smaller milestones and celebrate progress along the way. Setting goals can instill a sense of purpose and direction, boosting their confidence and commitment to their studies. Foster a growth mindset. Number 8 in the back to school guide. Encourage a growth mindset in your child by emphasizing the value of effort and perseverance. Let them know that it's okay to make mistakes and that learning is a journey of continuous involvement. When faced with challenges, teach them to embrace the process of problem solving and seeking help when needed. Alright, forget the screen time. Limit number 9 is going to be taking place. Number 9 is limit screen time. And I'm going to tell you why. The digital age of today, excessive screen time can be detrimental of the child's focus and well-being. Set reasonable limits on recreational screen time, including social media, video games, and TV shows. Instead, encourage physical activities like hobbies and quality family time to strike a healthy balance. Take time to have a fresh air too. Number 10, stay involved in school activities. Get involved in your child's school life by attending parent-teaching meetings, school events, and volunteering opportunities. Engaging with the school community helps you understand your child's progress, challenges, and successes better. It also shows your child that their education matters to you, which can be higher motivating. 2 more to go. Practice mindfulness and stress relief techniques. That's number 11. The pressures of school life can sometimes lead to stress and anxiety. Teach your child mindfulness and stress relief techniques such as deep breathing exercises, meditation, or engaging in physical activities like yoga. These practices can help them manage stress and emotions effectively. Lead by example. The final guide tip is going to be number 12, ladies and gentlemen. And as parents, you are the role models for your children or teenagers. Demonstrate a positive attitude towards learning and growth by showcasing your curiosity and commitment to your own pursuits. When your child sees your valuing education and self-improvement, they are more likely to adopt similar attitudes and habits. Woo! And now, let's go straight to you, ladies and gentlemen, as we're wrapping up the Back to School Tip Guide for 2024-2025 semester. The final words the world you have to say. So what is the back to school season for the semester, huh? Exciting time filled with opportunities for growth and learning. With careful planning and a positive approach in this back to school guide, you can make this experience a memorable and enriching one for both parents and kids. A fantastic, fulfilling school year ahead, including the holidays like Christmas and the New Year's, Christmas Eve as well, Thanksgiving as well, New Year's too. Whew! My oh my! That was an amazing one. I'm going to wait for Tater, the Disc Guy, for sending me a message on X. Speaking of X, you can find me at mmaric29 as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, the preamble for the back to school has come to an end, and let's see what the futures is set to taking place right now. The futures are down this morning, as well as the oil prices fall to start the month of September. And you know what else it does? Oh, let me see. I don't know what kind of issue looks like. So, with a volatile record, it definitely lost ground. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. And Japanese yen strengthening, traders are likely positioning ahead of the manufacturing data and jobs report later this week. That will be taking place on Friday. So right now, the Dow futures is down at $253. The NASDAQ at $143. S&P 500 futures is down at 34. Elsewhere around the world, DAX in Frankfurt, the stocks in 50 in Europe are all red. Also, Nikkei 225 and SANSE's also red as well. But Nifty 50 is going to be a good day, is up as well. 1 minute away from the opening bell, and to wrap up mornings with Marcel and friends on this first day of back to school Tuesday, guess what's today's word of the day is?
Cronyism.
Cronyism is an unfair practice by a powerful person, such as a politician, of giving jobs and other favors to friends without regard for their qualifications. Like this instance, city residents are pushing back against cronyism and corruption in their local government. So CRONYISM. Cronyism is our Mornings with Marcel and Friends word of the day. Alright, it is now 9:30 here in the East, 6:30 in the West. Thank you so much for joining Mornings with Marcel and Friends. And I also, many thanks to Tater the Disc Golf Guy for sending me the comments here on my YouTube page. Waiting for him on X for send me a message for the guest for what's coming up for you next Tuesday morning. In the meantime, if you love Victoria's morning show is taking place tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific on YouTube and StreamYard as well. Also my podcast, Mornings News Headlines. That's right, Morning News Headlines episode 416 is available right now. Till next Tuesday morning, same place, same time. Have a wonderful and amazing day. Happy back to school. See you next Tuesday morning.